Tell you what, I know what you didn't spend your money on this year. Backdrop budget. I feel like it could possibly be worse from last year. How's it? You guys are running a circus. This isn't a professional operation. Before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room, which is the orange on my mask. It comes from me smashing some cheese curls on my face for part of this video, which you'll see in here later on. But let's get started. So, burn. Within 24 hours of me putting out Solid Unit last year, I knew I was going to do burn. I knew I was going to do another song anyway, just because people responded really strongly to Solid Unit, and like a lot of people really loved that video and everything, and like I was happy, you know, I put a lot of work into it, so it was really good for me to see that feedback. So I was like, yeah, definitely I'm going to do another one. Now my intentions were initially to do a rock song with a band called 6 Ton Shotgun. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get our acts together. Like, I would contact them, they'd say, you know, next month is better. Next month came, they'd say 2 months from now is better. 2 months came, they'd say 1 month is better. So I had to take matters into my own hands and do another rap song, which is not really what I initially wanted to do. So I had to come up with a concept. A lot of people started writing me saying, like, you know, what toys are you going to blow up this year? And I was like, I'm not blowing up any toys this year. You know, like, I wanted Solid Unit to kind of be Solid Unit and stand on its own. I didn't want it to be kind of compared to anything else or whatever. I wanted it to be its own kind of beast. I wanted Solid Unit to be my New Hope. You know, Star Wars A New Hope. Like, full of hope and optimism and funniness and good times and cool stuff. And then I wanted Burn to be my Empire Strikes Back. Like, a little darker in tone and a little bit more serious. And, so I started kind of conceptualizing what it is that I wanted to do. So in doing this, like I've stumbled across some trolls here and there, and for the most part, it doesn't really bother me. But you know, to be honest, like it's hard to hear negative things about yourself constantly. And there was a period there where I felt like that was happening, and then when they mentioned my kids and talked about my kids, that's when I knew I'd had enough. The first thing I did was kind of realize what I wanted to do as far as song. And then after I got the song squared away, I knew that I wanted to do a story. Like, I wanted it to be different from Solid Unit in that way, where Solid Unit is just kind of like an ensemble of scenes. I wanted Burn to be like a story. And I took a lot of pride in doing the story, and I took a lot of effort in doing the story. And like, I did storyboards and everything just because I didn't want to miss any shots. The first thing that popped in my head was that sequence of us walking through the woods. Like, I got that vision in my head. I knew that I wanted 2 of my closest friends, Adam and JR, to be back in it. They are my brothers in the Skullface world. I showed them in the review for Mind Wipe, Fans Project's Mind Wipe. Like, they were in the skit, and I knew that I wanted to have them be a part of this video in a major way. And I had this vision of us walking through the woods, you know, with a troll, like walking through from a distance, you know, across this path. So I shot that scene, and like, that's one of those things where, like, you have a vision of something and you're able to shoot it, and it's pretty accurate to what you have in your mind. But I say that to say this, is that I kind of based the whole story around that one initial scene that I had in my head. I also knew that I wanted it to be really cinematic, as the best that I can within my range of abilities and so forth. So, like, you know, we really tried to make it cinematic to the best that we could, and some of it, like, we just had to laugh at, because it was just, like, so on the nose, you know? Get up and walk into the sunset. And walk. All right, now sit back and then lean forward to that same position. Yes! My buddies JR and Adam to get to, you know, reprise their roles as my brothers, and they were great. And they both, like, you know, they both have families and stuff, and I was able to take them away from their family for a day and do this nonsense out in the woods. And, like, I'm very grateful to both of them for that. The person that I had playing the troll is a friend of mine named Chucky O, and he was, like, a tremendous sport. Like, you know, like, I wanted him for the role because, like, he wears glasses, he's a little heavy set, so he, like, kind of fit the mold that I wanted to personify. I asked him to do it, and he jumped right on it, and he was a tremendous sport. Like, he was great, and to be honest with you, like, he was kind of method. Like, he was getting way into the role, you know, and like, overacting it, and it was so funny at times.
Take it easy. That's perfect.
All right.
Please let me go. Please let me go.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, now Chucky, oh, you.
Now we're taking him back home.
Now we're taking him back home. Adam, you give him the Mountain Dew cup, and you're grateful. Say thanks, and then act like you're drinking it. I know you don't drink soda. Good.
You mean pop?
Yeah. Perfect. Action. Just be looking at the screen, happy. No typing. And then sit back in your chair, interlock your fingers behind your head like you just accomplished the world.
You don't want the white background on?
Not on that one. It looks fine. Perfect. Alright, good. So, go ahead, Adam, push him out of the way. Go ahead, Adam. Me. Alright, good. Good. Stop. Alright, action. Looking at the mask. You're happy about it though, like you get it now. You finally understand. Glasses off. Mask on. Door closed. But you know, I knew I wanted the storyline to be to go and find out where this troll was and get him, and then the whole video set it up like we're gonna hurt this guy. Now I'm a man. I mean, I say it in the song like I'm a peaceful man, but I mean it. Like I'm not a violent person, and I generally detest violence. I mean, sometimes it's necessary, and I understand that. I'm not one of those. I'm not gonna let you put your hands on me. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, like I don't think that people should just go around hurting people. I knew that the whole joke was gonna be it's gonna look like we're gonna hurt this guy, and then at the end we hurt the computer, and then we help this guy, and then we kind of help him change his ways or whatever. That was the story.
Oh man, there's a CD in there. We're listening to this on our way home.
Destroying the computer and then having the punchline of him putting the mask on at the end. That was the big payoff. Like that's that was going to be the climax of it. You know, people say don't shoot anything that involves kids or animals when it comes to film, and I can tell you, add technology to that. Like that was a problem that we came across pretty early on. The cell phone being a big part of it. Like getting like. I wanted cell phone footage, so getting like reflections on the cell phone screen. All right, try it now. All right, go ahead.
Oh, my hands in it.
Perfect.
What are my hands in it?
I can zoom in.
Your brother.
The notifications that we wanted to pop up on the phone not popping up, that was an issue. So go ahead.
It should pop up. I'm not sure that normally I get a text into my pocket.
Wait, that screwed it up. Tossing the computer was an issue. Go ahead. No. There by the stick.
No, it's right here.
No, by the stick. It's that stick right there. All right, do it one more time, but have your feet out of the way. Oh wait, feet are still in. That foot's still in. You can. Okay, good.
Trying to stay open.
There, yeah. And then we had a fair amount of mistakes as well. Just mistakes that made it to the final step. Like stuff you just don't think about. Like there are certain angles that we shot that you can see like a golf cart in the background. The same one that was used in Solid Unit. When we were doing the walking sequences with me and my brothers walking and weaving in and out of one another. That was like a whole thing. Like initially like they were just kind of following me, and it started looking like Follow the Leader. So then we split up, and then that caused a bunch of issues. Us bumping into each other. It's hard to see in this thing, and. But out of that also came like a bunch of happy coincidences of just the way stuff lined up.
Oh,
all right,
that was nice.
Adam. And by the end of it, the guy who let us host it, this guy Scotty, he's a great guy, but he started going a little stir crazy about halfway through and eating Chucky O's Cheetos and losing his mind a little bit because it's tedious work and it's a pain. And God bless him though, but he started losing. He started going a little bit crazy, and then we wrapped up.
No!
That's some horrible acting.
It's fine. And I'm gonna be like this, and then I'm gonna say, get him moving. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna walk out.
Do me like push him
Then you follow me.
Don't hit me.
You follow me and point to JR.
I'm a very small man.
And when you point to JR, you give him a little nudge with the bat, and then Chucky O, you come out, and then JR, you come out. JR, once you come out, make it to the door frame, run back and get the
Cheetos,
computer.
the breakfast of
Okay,
champions.
are we ready? And truth be told, you know, everyone started to go a bit crazy.
Get the dirt out of there, man. What a ways to go in this hole. I'll get some use out of you.
Oh yeah, it's the top floor.
No, hold on.
When I first had it, and they were small and they were tight, they finally touched each other. I cut paths through it.
I stay still.
The other stuff that I shot was at TFCon. I put it out on my Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff, Instagram. Like, if you wanted to be in the video to meet me at TFCon, I gave like the time and the place.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah, get in it.
Real quick. Yeah, you come here. Real quick, I want to
Go, you don't want to be in it, Kim? Go! Get in there! I have the video. Go on. Go, ladies, go on. Adele's helping me film, unless she wants to be in it.
got bad Yeah, it's good. All right. Yeah. Looking good. He can see out of it no matter where he's looking.
And don't hide behind the pole. If you're behind the pole, I can't see you.
All right, here we go. Just try to look excited, like as it goes. Like smiling? It's fine. No, look like tough guys. Oh, we're tough. That's stank face. Are we raising weight? Am I excited or am I tough? Yeah, you're both. You're excited and tough. Everybody twist your nipples. Yeah. Oh, happy tough guy look like that. Oh, that's really somebody.
So for one sequence, like, we met underneath this street light, and my wife shoot it, and she didn't exactly shoot it the way I wanted her to shoot it, but it still worked out fine. And it's nice to see everybody together, you know.
So my width is ending at Antoine. So.
But you know, it's hard. Logistically, it's hard to do that sort of a thing. You got so many people there, and it's hard to keep a grip on 30 people. You know, at one point, Robert D wanted to set John Garinger on fire.
All right, someone set Garinger on fire.
And of course, Oscar's a wild card. You never know what that guy's gonna do. You know, you just gotta love him.
If you guys are lucky, you'll be in the deleted scenes of this video where Skullface parks in your mouth. That is a solid video. I was there. I regret nothing.
Although I was keeping my eyes on Deluxe in the footage. Deluxe was he was trying to put his hands on me every now and then. And he was hitting some pretty wicked dance moves.
I guess we're going. Oh, you're missing it, Tyler.
And then there was that time where Tyler almost killed himself, jumping off a wall.
Jump the fence!
Hurry up, Tyler. Run up. Just careful. Don't hurt yourself.
Pay attention to the camera. Yeah. He's too young to die.
And then from there we transitioned into this walk, and the walk was important to me because I really wanted this video to have a feeling of movement. Like, if you look at the cuts, a lot of the cuts are on movement. And it's whatever. I don't want to take myself too seriously, but it's kind of a metaphor, for the movement of this this community that we're building and stuff like that. So it was important to me, and it was good, walking together with all these guys and getting excited and having laughs and realizing that sometimes I don't know my left from right.
So from now, Laura, I want you to get into the street and be careful, but walk backwards, and we're going to be kind of charging towards you. it'd be like pushing each other. Watch the ladies and so forth, okay?
Watch my drink.
Well, then you have to get a lot closer together.
Watch the fact.
No, it doesn't matter. Not everybody has to be in it. You'll just see bits and pieces.
If you want to be in it,
Okay, back on up. We're coming at you.
okay.
Let's go. No, keep going that way.
Hold on, it's not in focus, so
Doesn't
slow
matter.
down.
Keep backing up. Watch the curb. Bear to your left. Keep going. Don't worry. No, your other left.
That's
You're
my
right. I'm
left.
sorry. Left.
Other left. Extra left.
Keep. Doesn't matter. Watch your step.
We got some left. Let's do it.
But that walk was chaos, you know. But it was like organized chaos. It was fantastic. I mean, we almost got hit by a car at one point.
Here comes the car. Let's get the car. Game on. Flip the beamer. We got car coming. Wait till go early this year, sweetie. Try to shoot a video here.
Everybody birthday drive fast. Your mom's coming at them. All right, and that'll be good. I greatly appreciate it.
But you know, at the end with all those people and all the drinks and the excitement and so forth, I think we got started getting a little rambunctious there towards the end. Almost crashed a pool party being held by our pals over at Radio Free Cybertron. You know, this is my second time doing this, so I was a little bit more prepared this go round. And one of the things that I'm prepared for is how awkward and self-conscious everyone feels when you shoot it. It's ridiculous and it's absurd, and people feel very self-conscious. But what they don't realize is with those quick cuts and everything, it doesn't really stick out. So like I make a conscious effort now to make sure everyone is at ease. Now it's gonna feel ridiculous.
Okay. Because it is.
It is ridiculous. It's gonna feel ridiculous. If you saw Solid Unit, it didn't look. I mean, it looked ridiculous, but it didn't look ridiculous. Nobody would like. Look at that guy. He looks ridiculous. Like, you know. So, don't worry. Don't be self-conscious. It's quick cuts, so you'll be fine.
Just listening to music.
Yeah. I want to thank everyone that came along. This is going to feel very absurd. It's not my first time doing it. Just trust me, it won't look absurd when it's cut together. Your mask look absurd, but not. It won't be. Another one of the sequences that I had in my mind early on, as soon as I got the song finished, was the line about my daughter, because mentioning my kids and some of the comments that people made was one of the big things that really pushed me over the edge in order to kind of do this whole thing. So. I wanted her to like don the skull mask and make like a big thing out of it, and it just so happens that when we went on vacation, if you guys were watching the skits, like when we were at the beach, there was a massive hurricane that came through, and I was like, how perfect would this be? Actually, my wife motivated, like, how perfect would this be? Get this hurricane in the background and her putting on the skull mask in the midst of a hurricane, and she takes the role so seriously. Like, you know, she's like, all right, what's my motivation? How am I feeling? Like, you know, so I love to include her. And now pull the mask down slow. All right, stop. Look forward. All right, go.
All the way down.
All right. Of course, I wanted to have my wife in it. My wife is the most important person on this planet to me, and she puts up with a lot of BS, so I wanted to make sure she was a part of it. Had a hard time getting that eye speed right, though, but it was great. And the other thing I did was, like, I throw an annual Halloween party at my house, and it's in remembrance for a friend of mine that passed that always wanted us to throw a Halloween party. So we threw it the year that he passed, and we've been throwing it every year since.
It's recording now! Alright, now the more excited you look, the better.
I shot like a party sequence, because at the end of the video, when you realize that we're gonna hurt the computer and not the troll, then I wanted it to switch to kind of a party, kind of an atmosphere, so that's what I was gonna use that clip for. One of the things that was funny about that was my buddy Andrew. I love the dude, but he's the only one jumping out of sequence in one part, so I couldn't use that.
I guess it's gonna burn a little more. You said that you were in a better place if you didn't respect yourself.
Perfect!
I was able to showcase like all the Halloween costumes, which was nice, because people really do it up for this party of mine. And I was able to have the Nerd Rage radio team together. You know, Dante, Adam, and myself in one place at one time, which was very cool too, and cool to have it on camera. And then I had a ton of cameos from people in the community, and I'll always try to do that because like I think it's important. Like I think it's important to like include people into this thing. Like, you know, make a group out of it, make a force, a movement out of it. So, like, you know, I had Realm of Collectors in there. J. Ruse back against the wall a little bit more. There you go. And a little bit forward, J. Ruse, and then Harvey a little bit more forward. And then look forward. Everybody look forward, including Ace. Ace looking forward instead of to his right. All right, now everybody look towards the camera on 3. 1, 2, 3. And Brave and Mooncake from Cybertron or Sabertron. Make sure that you can be seen.
Got it.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
What do I say?
Just stick your devil horns because it's going to be in the music video.
What up?
Perfect. My Australian brother Lenny in it, Decepticon, and he's a chef. He's like a hotshot chef. So I was able to get him in it and like cook it up and then match the words and all that. Like that was another one of those little sequences that I had envisioned from early on, and he shot it all for me and sent me the clips. And I mean, it went together beautifully. It's one of my favorite parts of the video. Of course, I had T2RX6, you know, SCU engineer, and you know, Greg for Mercy, and Yule, who runs third-party TF Crashers, and John Garinger, and you know, just a lot of people, man. Like a lot of people that I really wanted to be featured and have like a moment, you know, to kind of say like, look, we're all together. You know, we kind of move as one here. Like, you know, I just think it makes everything a little bit more enriched, and it makes this thing a community. Because at the end of the day, that's what this thing of ours is supposed to be. You know, I always put it out to the viewers. You know, I want to include the viewers, like you guys watch my stuff like every week, and like I want to be inclusive as possible. So I want to reach out and say, hey, look, be a part of this.
Yeah, right now, go.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of the thing. Like I remember, like when I was like watching hip hop videos back in the day, I'm like, what are these people doing, man? Like, and then I realized, oh, none of what they're saying is actually making it to the video. They just sit there and they just do this. They just kind of put their hands up, you know, like wiggle something in front of the camera, looking all crazy like they're trying to make a point. You know what I mean? And usually they dub it in with like one part of this, like one.
Some of the guys I had over at my house for dinner, you know what I mean? Like that's how we met. You know, I have them in my home. Like who else does that? You know, so but I want to make this a community. So like you know, I got tons of footage. I don't want to give names because I don't know how some people feel about that, but there was some stuff I didn't get a chance to use. This one individual who burned that Generations or Combiner Wars Devastator. Like he sent me that footage. It was great. It was shot vertically, so I had to cut it funny, but it was great. He did some other stuff too.
Just let it burn.
Oh no, dude!
The final sequence that we shot was like a little cookout at my house. Like I had like I wanted to make sure I got Brandon and Joe KW in those shots because they've been a tremendous help. That I've grown to have a friendship with, and him and Joe KW have been huge supporters in letting me borrow their own personal stuff and so forth in order to get reviews out for you guys. So I didn't want to do this video and not have them be a part of it. Also, another one of my closest friends, a guy Mikey Shoulders, who sits on my right at the fire sequence, he couldn't make any of the prior get-togethers, so I wanted to make sure I had him in it as well. And then I wanted to reach out to a few more people in the community that I knew, Brink and MP Collector and you know, my buddy Dante, and you know, JR was in it again, and I just wanted another chance to kind of reassemble people that are in the community and get together. And like we broke bread, like we had like a nice lasagna dinner, and then we had some drinks, and we went outside, we shot this stuff, and it was good. Now run it back one time, and that would be Goofy. We'll break out the cheese curls. Make sure you pass me some cheese curls.
I was smiling the whole time. I was trying not to. I was trying to be mean, but I couldn't.
So what? This is my tough guy face.
And Brink, God bless him, he brought some cheese curls and some Mountain Dew for us to share to kind of make a joke out of that. So we were able to get those sequences done. We had like this little fire pit, but fire stresses me out. Like, you know, like I got all this plastic in my basement, so like I don't take anything lightly when it comes to fire. Fire extinguisher is right there. Shit should get out of hand. I plan on taking care of it. If I, for some reason, overcome. There it is. The fire extinguisher right there. And I was fine. So it was really cool. It was like the finishing touch that I needed in order to have the fire, and it was nice. And you know, the Mountain Dew that Brink brought was really like a significant part, because at the end of it I pour the Mountain Dew on the fire, and it's kind of like, you know, it's, you know, whatever, it's a metaphor for what's going on in the video. But one thing I can tell you is that burnt Mountain Dew stinks.
Sorry, man. It's the Mountain Dew talking.
All right, can you see me?
I can see the important part. All right, you're
How about
good. Yeah. For all your trolls that ain't with you. That was very, very smoky.
You'll be able to pull something out of there.
I'm gonna tell you this, burnt milk.
No, I mean, that's a terrible idea.
But yeah, this was really cool. I got to get a lot of people involved with it, which was nice. I got to get a lot more people involved with it than were involved with Solid Unit, and I got to do some different stuff, and I learned a lot with Solid Unit that I was able to apply to this. And I think that this, like, editing-wise, work-wise, is probably the best thing that I've ever done. So who knows what next year will bring, you know? But as long as people like this one, I'll do another one, and I'll continue doing it. The song is available on iTunes, so feel free to give some support there, and that definitely helps lighten the load. Like, it paid for me to put Burn on iTunes. Solid Unit paid for Burn, which was cool. I didn't make a cent off of it. I can show you proof. But Solid Unit paid for Burn, so I didn't have to spend any more money on Burn, which was cool. And I don't know. I want to do something next year. I'd love to do it with the band. I'd love to do it with 6 Ton Shotgun or another band or whatever. But I have an idea for like an R&B song too, and a country song and all this kind of stuff. But if I can't get the people to collaborate with it, it'll just be another rap song. I'll do another rap video, but it won't be Burn. It'll be something new. It'll be something different. It'll be a different point. It'll make a different group of suggestions, and it'll have a different atmosphere to it. So yeah, like I'm good, and I appreciate everybody that contributed. I appreciate everybody that watched it, everybody that showed it some love, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I was doing this during the week of Tracks and Impactor when I was making all those mistakes. I was making a few transforming mistakes. And it's because I just had so much on my plate. Like, I had so much editing and so much other stuff going on, and something had to fall through the cracks. So, you know, something's got to give somewhere. My time is kind of tightly compacted at the moment. So, I was happy that this, at least, it didn't feel in vain. It all turned out well. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And here's the next year. Who knows what it'll be? You know. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Next year, you think maybe a bagel? Some party muffins or something?